There is so much to freaking cover, but one thing at a time. I got to play a bunch of games at Summer Game Fest Playdays that I want to talk about, a bunch of trailers and reveals and streams and events that happen all throughout this summer period. I'll get to as much of it as possible, but today I want to focus on Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan. People have been asking for this for a while, though admittedly I think this project has lost some of its luster because Ghost of Tsushima came out before it, and it filled that void, it fulfilled that fantasy, and did it so well that I almost kind of forgot about my anticipation for any kind of feudal Japanese setting for Assassin's Creed. But why not both? Let's see if this game, if Ubisoft's iteration on feudal Japan and its assassin-style gameplay can get me excited. Now, this is 13 minutes of gameplay that Ubisoft showcased at Ubisoft Forward. There is a cinematic trailer that came out, and you know me, I don't care about cinematic trailers because they don't really tell you anything about how the game actually looks and plays. This gameplay definitely informs a lot better on that front, so I'm going to react to this and see if this gets me pumped up. The series has grown just kind of a bit stale for me in recent years, so hopefully this will kind of help revitalize that through steps forward and evolutions in, you know, both visuals but mainly gameplay. Let's see how this goes. Let's check this trailer out.
Peace and war, benevolence and cruelty.
I will say graphically. Graphically, this game is looking pretty good so far. And the vistas, the authenticity of Japanese environments and structures and scenery. And that's one area where Assassin's Creed has always been good at.
A big harvest requires many hands.
Making the settings look like the actual settings. I will say though, I'm missing the... It's hard not to miss the foliage of Ghost of Tsushima with swaying grass and leaves and trees. That what they did with that game on that front was just so next level. But this still looks visually so far pretty good.
And merchant looks uneasy.
The way people bow to that samurai armor. That armor carries great reverence. We gotta have a doge. It's not Japan if you don't show doge at least once. You can pet the dog, confirmed.
You are a friendly beast, are you not?
If you feature a dog in a video game, it is mandatory to make them petable. That's just in the Constitution.
Right behind you, little one.
Oh, Baba, I brought someone.
The way the kid walks, swings his arms around. It's a neat little detail.
Ah, a samurai. One that does not hail from these lands.
I am a stranger, yes. But you have nothing to fear from me.
Ha! I have enough to fear from the men of Kochiyama. They abuse their power, taxing us again and again, leaving us only scraps. I bet they are in the market now, along the main road. A stranger might make good merit, ridding a village of a threat like this.
Facial animations still look a little stiff, which
Then I shall see it done. For
has
this life,
been commonplace for Ubisoft games running on this engine. I wish that's one area where they could kind of up the fidelity on. The audio experience is also pretty good. Just what's going on in the streets.
people here. More corruption.
Street musicians, the rain, the drizzle, the crowd, you know. Audio design and the music so far Not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Such beauty, shadowed by suffering. What is happening here?
This isn't your fight, samurai.
So that's the target.
Keep walking.
Now, obviously, this character, the warrior, is more of a hammer than a scalpel. Let's see what combat looks like. Oh, wow. Fruit physics. Brutal finishers, a staple of Assassin's Creed. The animations look cool, but I will say combat's looking a little stiff. It's hard to go back to stiffness after the fluidity of something like Ghost of Tsushima. Doesn't look awful, though I guess I'll have to play it, but I don't know, it's just Assassin's Creed melee combat's never been its forte, I feel. But finishers always look pretty brutal. That's one area where they've not faltered. Oh, the pool of blood kind of spreading from the body. A little detail there.
The persecutor. Greed cannot rule this village. Not while I have breath in my lungs and a blood.
So yeah, no stealth, just marching in.
I said kill him. I'll wash away his filth.
Cool finisher animation.
You will have to spill it first.
The choice of music for this particular combat sequence, why is it like Japanese instruments mixed with hip hop? When this character, you know, he's from like, I believe it's believed he was from Mozambique. I think it would have been cooler to like infuse more sort of African style music of that era with Japanese music of that era. That could have been a cool way to experiment with that. But I feel like they're just going for the typical, let's put hip hop in their route because the character has African heritage. You know, for something like, say, Miles Morales, it makes sense because it's a contemporary setting and Miles as a character is actually into music and hip hop and whatnot. Whereas Yasuke, I don't know, he's more on the actual full-on African continent side of things in an era where that kind of music is just not, you know, commonplace or really relevant. So I feel like they could have gone for a more inspired choice of music style for stuff like this instead of the typical let's add some hip hop beats with traditional music. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just my opinion on that.
Who do you think you are?
Yeah, see, like it looks a little stiff, a little janky at times. Just
I am justice.
the way animations flow or the way attacks are paced. Again, it's hard not to make some comparisons to Ghost of Tsushima and its samurai katana gameplay. And it's like night and day how much more fluid Ghost of Tsushima seems. But as long as it's functional enough. And there's the assassin.
I was going to handle that.
Too slow. What did you find?
The samurai has been stealing from the villagers. He has been starving the people here for some time.
So now we know who he worked for.
The daimyo in Fukuyama Castle.
We should go.
Not before we send our allies to look for him. He'll be difficult to find.
I'm definitely going to be playing more as the assassin when possible. I'm sure there'll be some missions where it's mandatory to play as Yasuke,
He's there.
but I'm more of a stealthy player.
Who will take the lead?
We can sneak in.
Or charge through the front gate.
And the series is called Assassin's Creed, and so, yeah, Naoe is more my play
It's
style.
almost dark. No one will see me coming.
And I miss the emphasis on stealth in the series.
Chance. But be careful in there.
Don't worry. I won't be alone. It'll be me and the shadows.
But I think it's cool that they give you the option. Like, okay, here's a mission. Do you want to play as Yasuke or Naoe? Do you want to go warrior mode or stealth mode?
I'll go straight for the daimyo.
Samurai or
When
shinobi?
fighting a snake, why wrestle the body when you can slice off the head?
So you got both flavors, and if you like more of the melee warrior style gameplay, you can actually just go with that play style. But in my case, this is probably the choice that I'll make more often than not. Okay, ooh. Some neat new tools. Oh, you can go prone. Okay. Okay, okay.
You're mine now, snake.
Mm-hmm. Classic. Take out the lights. The assassination gameplay looks... Ooh, yeah, the new tools are great. Okay. The assassination gameplay looks real fluid so far. I will give it that. AI still maybe leaves something a little to be desired. Oh, I love that. The amount of mobility options has definitely expanded with the shinobi tools. Yeah. Okay.
A grave, huh?
This is the side of the game that I care more about, and... Not bad. Not bad at all. Facial animation there. There was nothing going on her face as she was being choked. So that looked a little off, but, you know, again, that's always been a little typical with Ubisoft open world games. Classic through the door assassination.
He's coming. I need to hide.
I'm loving all the new additions to the assassination gameplay and all the new maneuverability options.
Stranger! Then you serve me scalding tea? Besides ruining its delicate flavor, I nearly lose my tongue for business.
Fujioka must have been the samurai Yasuke took out. Good riddance.
Take your tongue.
Nice. Classic throwing knives.
A daimyo like that deserves
Or kunai,
more
or...
death than the one I'm about to give him.
I like they can finally go prone. Some underwater action. Oh, that's neat. Very neat. They got the oxygen meter on the bottom left there, the blue bar. Ooh, that's a cool weapon. Okay. She can hold her own in melee combat.
I've shed all the blood I need. Time to go.
I do wish the voiceover reflected the intensity of certain situations. I feel like she should be a little more out of breath, since there's more intense scenarios going on right now. Like in Marvel Spider-Man, depending on whether you're exerting yourself or not, there are different versions of lines. It's like that kind of thing, but I don't know. A little nitpick, I guess. But okay.
You being allies then.
Why does the music sound so hip-hoppy? I don't know. I will say, this is a good... I think first impressions-wise, this is not bad at all. In terms of core mechanics, for the assassin side of things at least, for Yasuke, the warrior combat stuff, again, it still looks a little stiff, but if it's functional enough and provides some fun, and the finishers are as badass as they look here, you know, people might enjoy that experience. But there's still a lot we don't know about the game. Its progression system. We don't know much about sort of the open world design, you know, and that's the area where I think Assassin's Creed games have kind of become too stale. They've stuck with that Ubisoft open world formula in a way that hasn't evolved to a point where that formula feels fresh again. And if it's just going to be a bunch of menial tasks and missions and fortress infiltrations, if it's going to be more about quantity over quality, then no matter how compelling the setting and the core mechanics, the gameplay loop might get boring, and that's kind of what I'm afraid of. And that's kind of, I feel like, what's happened over the last few games. So I hope they focus on quality over quantity. I hope that they make every mission feel substantial and have a story and have narrative hooks, instead of it all feeling almost like procedurally generated or just kind of copied and pasted, you know? That way all of the activities feel substantial and like they all have something new to offer, and so you look forward to doing all of them. That's my area of concern with Assassin's Creed. It's like the main area of concern. But in terms of the fundamentals, it's looking not too bad at all, especially the assassination gameplay stuff, the additions that they made with Shinobi tools. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's my impressions of Assassin's Creed Shadows. I hope they deliver on this game and kind of revitalize my excitement for the series for me. But let me know in the comments below what you think about the gameplay. Does this get you more excited about this game? Are you kind of still on the fence about it? Or after seeing this, are you like, nah, this is not for me? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.